Hello and welcome to this wrap-up where I wrap up pretty much just my month, although in this case it's 2 months, September and October. I unfortunately did not have time in October to film any wrap-ups, but now I finally found some time to film these videos for you, and so here is my monthly wrap-up where I just, again, wrap up my month, talk about things I did, things I liked, and whatever. And we talk about a couple of TV shows as well, although within this one we're going to talk about quite a few. I'll do my best to keep them brief and short, so this video isn't incredibly long. And then of course we will also be going through my bullet journal, since I really enjoy showing people my bullet journal. So let's get started. I believe we always start with favorite memories, so let's start with favorite memories. And the first memory I want to talk about is of course in September. And I have no pictures, no videos at all from this day, but it was a day where I got to hang out with some of my Starbucks coworkers for the very first time outside of work. We went to a bar, we were celebrating 2 people's birthdays, and it was very fun. It was a Baja Sharkies that we went to, and we had happy hour priced drinks for the whole night, and we also had some happy hour priced food. It was a great time, and there was of course music and dancing, and I got to get to know these people. I got to really become closer with them. And then there was another day where I got to hang out with my cousin Tori. I do have a couple of pictures from this day. Not many, because I'm still waiting on Tori to send me some pictures, because we kind of did a photo shoot. I was just there to kind of help take pictures for Tori and her friend Rachel, and then it just kind of turned into a photo shoot, and we played Exploding Kittens, and then Tori and I cooked dinner, and we ate dinner together, and it was just a really fun time. I always like spending time with my cousin. She will always be in a favorite memory if I get to hang out with her. Oh, and then there was another birthday to celebrate. Joe Warner, you may remember him from one of my favorite videos to watch, the Christmas Whisper Challenge that I did 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. Oh my god. He was my favorite part of that video. I will put a link to that down below so you can check it out. So it was his birthday, and we went to a place called Malibu Cafe. It was expensive, but it was heaven on earth. It was like my country dream come to life. There was country music playing nonstop. There was a bull riding thing going on. There was cornhole. It was all outdoors, so there was outdoor bars. You can buy drinks, and of course the seating arrangements were outdoors, and it was just very cute, and oh, I loved it. I felt like I was in heaven. There's also big Jenga, big checkers, big chess, all oversized classic games. And I also always love spending time with Joe, Hannah, and Jordan. Kara and Phil couldn't make it. And then comes the best memory. It goes from September to October. I've already put up 2 vlogs about this, but it's my European trip. It was the best time of my life. Oh my god. I was in Europe for 10 days. And the first stop was Italy, Venice, Italy, and then we went to Salzburg, Austria, and I still haven't put up any of the other countries after that, but I will spoil it, I'll put it here, and I will hopefully get those vlogs up for you soon. Those vlogs are becoming such a hassle to edit because the video footage that I have is not importing into Final Cut to try and edit it, so I've had to talk to one of my tech friends to try and help me out, because I'm encoding it, I'm doing all this stuff to it, and it's still not importing. And so he's helped me out immensely, and so finally I found a way that I can import the footage, but I have to do a lot of changes to the footage, settings wise or whatever, and it's just, it's becoming a hassle. But they are coming. So the other stops I did were Germany, where I actually got to go to Oktoberfest, which was so fun. Oh my god. And then after that we went to Switzerland, and I got to go in the Swiss Alps, and we went into the city of Lucerne, and we got to even ride a boat on Lake Lucerne, which was just beautiful. Switzerland was just gorgeous. It was a frigging blast. And I went with a group of people all around the same age as me. It was with a tour group. It was a group of 40 of us. And I'm really happy I made some friends on this trip, and we still talk to each other. which is really great. I also kind of like fell in love with my tour guide. He was cute, he was so nice and so helpful, and just like went above and beyond to help all of us out and to make this trip great. And I will talk more about that later on in this video. So that was a really great memory, one that I will remember for the rest of my life, going to Europe. And I definitely want to do another trip for sure. And actually you'll see some more from that trip in my bullet journal because I have 23 pages full of that trip. It's a real fun treat. So other things that happened in October, there are a couple of book signings I went to. The first book signing I went to was Ellie Kemper. She came out with a new book called My Squirrel Days, which I still haven't read. I probably won't get to for a while, and I'm so sorry. But it was really great to meet Ellie Kemper. I absolutely loved her in the office. And also the moderator, who they also kind of did like a Q&A together, was Paul Lieberstein. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Oh my god, I hope I didn't butcher that. But he was also on The Office. He played Toby. There are more book signings coming up, but before some of the other book signings, there was another day where I got to hang out with Tori, and I got to meet her boyfriend. Again, played more Exploding Kittens and had dinner together. This time we went to Boo's for some cheesesteaks, because they actually have some pretty decent cheesesteaks. And then it was time for another book signing, where it was for Dear Evan Hansen, a musical that I really want to see so freaking much. I love the music. I have the music memorized. I'm obsessed with it. They have turned that musical into a novel for the young adult genre. I'm reading it right now, actually, and I'm really liking it. The book signing was not what I was expecting. I thought I was going to be getting pictures with them, but nope, didn't get a single picture with them. Instead, what it was a discussion, and with James Corden moderating it, which was incredible. But in the middle of the discussion, like every now and then, they would get up and start performing some of the songs from the musical. So they performed Waving Through a Window, they performed You Will Be Found, and it was just, oh my god. It was so great hearing the songs performed live by the creators of the show.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in. You'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found.
And then after that, there is another book signing coming up, but before that other book signing, some family members were actually in town. They were in Los Angeles, so I got to have some dinner with them, which was really great. It was my Uncle Thumper, Aunt Susie, and then Andrew and Sammy, my two cousins, and we went to a place called Animal in West Hollywood, I believe. But it was really great food, obviously really great company, really great wine. It was food that I had never eaten before and would have never eaten if I had known what they were. And then the last favorite memory I have is another book signing, and that is Markus Zusak. He is one of my all-time favorite authors. He wrote my favorite book of all time, which is The Book Thief. He came out with a new book called Bridge of Clay, which I'm excited to read, but I don't know if I will get to it by the end of this year. So definitely next year I will have to read that book. I had no idea that he was Australian. I loved hearing an Australian accent, and he was just so genuine and so delightful. I really loved hearing his stories and him talking about this book. Then right after that, I went to the movies with a friend of mine, Christina, and we went to see Hocus Pocus in the movie theater. Like, how great is that? For the 25th anniversary of Hocus Pocus, they decided to do some showings in movie theaters for Hocus Pocus. So I was very excited because Hocus Pocus is one of my favorite Halloween movies. It was just really great to see this movie that I love so much in a movie theater with like a bunch of other people who are crazy Hocus Pocus fans as well. So now let's move away from favorite memories and let's go on to, what do we do next? Favorite things? Is that what we do next? Well, that's what we're doing next. There are not a lot of favorite things. There's only one favorite thing for September and one favorite thing for October. The favorite thing for September is some tea. Mainly this apple cinnamon tisane tea. I also have the sunset tea, and these are from the Florida Olive Oil Company. When my friends and I were in Florida, we went to the shopping center, and one of the stores there was the Florida Olive Oil Company, and one of them really wanted to get some olive oil, so we're like, okay. So we went in, and they ended up having some tea. So they sold more than just olive oil, but these teas were incredible. I'm trying to get some more of them, but I can't seem to find them online, so I'm gonna have to call them and be like, is there any way I can order these teas through the phone? So this is the sunset tea, and it is hibiscus, lemon peel, orange peel, rose hips, and rose petals. It is just delicious. It's so fruity and light, which I really like. And then this one is definitely my favorite, the apple cinnamon tisane. It tastes exactly like hot apple cider, and I love it. It's cinnamon, apple pieces, rooibos, marigold petals, and fruit flavors. And both of these are actually caffeine free as well, so they're perfect. My favorite thing for October is definitely EF Ultimate Break. EF Ultimate Break is the company that I went with for my European trip, and this website, this company, I highly 100% recommend anyone between the ages of 18 and 29, because that is their age limit, make a trip with this company as soon as you can. I am definitely doing more with this company, more trips, because they were amazing. First of all, on the trip, their tour guides and like just the company themselves, like they make sure to go above and beyond to try and make this trip as memorable and as exciting and as fun as you need it to be. And they do give you a good amount of free time, because they do have things set up and planned for you, but they also have a bunch of free time set up for you as well, and they have very good options of things that you can do in your free time. But what I really loved most, I mean, that was a really great thing I loved about the company too, but I also really love how they set up the payment plan, because it's cheaper to do it through a travel group. It's cheaper to do it through them. It's also easier because they plan everything. I just have to give them the money. But also they do monthly payment plans, so you don't have to pay the full amount all at once. You can just pay maybe like $200 a month until it's paid in full, and then you can go on the trip. Or you can pay $500 a month, or how much you are able to spend a month. Do it. They have that plan, which was so helpful, and then it also gave me time to try and save up for the trip when I'm out there. And by the way, that payment that you're giving them, it pays for the travel, not just like your planes to and from the locations, but also your travel within the country. So they pay for your train tickets or your bus tickets or whatever the public transportation is there. It also helps pay for the bus that you're traveling with into each country, because we had to have our own bus driver and our own bus with us for the whole trip. So it also paid for that. And then it also pays for all the hotels and the hostels that you stay at. It pays for some of your meals. It pays for your breakfasts. Like, it pays for a lot of stuff. The only thing you have to worry about are souvenirs and extra meals that you have to, like lunches and dinners or whatever, that you have to pay for yourself. And also emergencies, because sometimes emergencies happen, and I did not plan or save up for an emergency. Basically, the emergency that happened for me, we were on our way to Switzerland, and I realized that I left my passport in the hotel in Germany. So we spent a good day and a half trying to figure out how to get the passport from Germany to Switzerland. So that was fun and expensive, but it worked out. I got it. All is well, obviously, because I'm back here in America. This company really helped out with that too. Like, they really went above and beyond to try and help me get my passport back. I will put a link to their website down below if you really want to check out their trips, because they have a ton of trips all over the world. And again, their age limit is between the ages of 18 and 29. So if you're between that age limit, definitely go check this company out. Those are my favorite things. Now let's move on to TV shows, right? We talk about TV shows? Okay. Lots of TV shows to talk about. The first one we are going to talk about is You. I am obsessed with this show. This show has quickly become one of my favorite of the year. Like, I love this show. I did not think I was going to actually like a Lifetime show, but I am absolutely loving this. If I'm going to recommend any of the shows that I'm about to tell you, it is this one. This is a brand new show. It's in its first season right now. I have a feeling they maybe have like 1 or 2 more episodes left. I'm not sure, but it is almost done, so hopefully if you're waiting to just binge watch it, which I do highly recommend. I think this is a very good binge watching type show. I can't help but like fall in love with Joe when I know I'm not supposed to. But I also hate like every character, but at the same time I'm so intrigued by the story. It is very thrillery. It is about a guy who becomes obsessed with this girl, starts stalking her, kind of puts himself in her life. It is shocking. Like, the ends of every episode are just perfect and keep you on the edge of your seat. And I love this show. If I could recommend any of the shows I'm about to say, it is this one. Please go watch You. I've gotten so many people into this show. I've told so many people, like, you need to watch You, you need to watch You. And then they have been, and they're like, oh my god, it's so good. And I'm like, good, another person to talk to about You. You, I give 5 stars. The next show I want to talk about is The Resident. Season 2 has started. I really enjoyed season 1, and again, I'm really enjoying season 2. Let's just do star ratings for the TV shows because I can't get too in depth. But The Resident season 2, I'm going to give 4 stars. Next is Bob's Burgers. I believe it's season 9 right now, and again, loving it. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. Dancing with the Stars Juniors, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, I'm having an okay time watching it. So that I'm giving 3 out of 5 stars. And then Dancing with the Stars, the adult version, I'm going to give 3 out of 5 stars as well. It's not my favorite season, but it's fine and it's enjoyable. Like, I'm watching it. Next is Manifest. This is a brand new show on ABC. I'm kind of liking it, but I really was hoping to like it more than I am right now, so I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I'm pushing through and hoping that it just gets better with each episode, but if by the end of the season I'm not still feeling it, I may not watch a second season, but right now I'm just kind of feeling okay about it. Next is Happy Together, which is a cute little like half-hour sitcom. I'm enjoying it. I'm not hating it, and I kind of want to see where it goes. So I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Next is The Good Doctor season 2. I loved the first season and I am loving the second season. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. Next is The Neighborhood. I watched 1 episode and was just not feeling it at all. So I stopped watching it after the first episode. So I don't know what I can give it. Maybe 2 out of 5 stars. I was really not liking it. Next is The Gifted season 2. I do think I enjoyed the first season better. The second season is turning out to be okay. I can see it having the potential to get better. So right now it's at like 3 out of 5 stars, but I think I've only watched like 2 episodes so far. Next is This Is Us season 3. Again, absolutely loving it. I'm crying every episode. 5 out of 5 stars. Next is Black Lightning season 2. Again, with this one I only watched the first episode, and for some reason I was just not feeling it. I really enjoyed the first season, and I don't think anything's really changed this season, but for some reason I just am really not in the mood to watch it, and I just don't want to watch it, so unfortunately I stopped. So I'm gonna have to give the first episode, since that's all I watched, 2.5 out of 5 stars. The next one I want to talk about is New Amsterdam, which is a brand new like medical drama. I really did not like the first episode, so I stopped watching it. And I was really hoping to like this one. One of my friends, he's still watching the show. He says he really likes it, but that first episode, I really didn't like it at all. It felt so unrealistic and dramatic just to be dramatic. Like, it didn't feel real to me. So anyway, I was not liking New Amsterdam, so I stopped watching it. I gave that one 2 out of 5 stars. Next is The Goldbergs season 6, I believe is where we're at, and really liking it. Again, this is one of my favorite TV comedies. I am just obsessed. I'm giving this season so far a 4 out of 5 stars. Next I want to talk about Riverdale. Season 3 has just started. I unfortunately have only watched 1 episode of this, but I am hooked and I'm excited to watch more episodes. I'm gonna give this 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next is All American, and this one again, I've only watched 1 episode of this so far and I'm feeling okay about it. Like, I don't think I'm loving it, but I can see the potential for me loving it. Right now, it's at like a 3.5 out of 5 stars, but I can see it getting to like 4 or 4.5, but it depends on like where the show goes and how it goes. So, we'll see. Next is Single Parents. This is a half-hour comedy that I did not think I was going to really like, but I'm surprisingly really loving this show. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. Next is A Million Little Things. This is one where I was kind of very like hesitant and skeptical to go into it, but I am actually really loving this show and I think it's doing a really great job. So I'm giving this show 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next is The Good Place Season 3. Obviously loving it, just like I love every single season, every single episode of this show. It is so well written, so well acted, just beautiful and amazing. Overall, 5 out of 5 stars. Next is I Feel Bad, which I did not think I was going to like, and I was correct. I watched 2 episodes and I was just really not feeling it, and I don't know why. I feel like there was a part of me that was liking it, but there was also a part of me that just didn't care and didn't want to continue, even though I was kind of liking it. So it was very weird and confusing for me, but I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. And then the last TV show I want to talk about is Speechless. I believe this is the 3rd season, yes. And I'm liking it. I don't think I like it as much as the other seasons, but again, I'm going to keep going because it might be getting better along the way. And I'm also not hating it right now at all. I've only watched the London episodes where they've been in London, but maybe once they get back to their home, all might be better, all might be fine, but yeah, I'm still very much liking the show. Right now I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars and might change to a 4 out of 5 stars once I watch a couple more episodes. So those are all the TV shows. I am now going to add another section to this wrap-up video because I recently watched a musical. Or maybe, no, I don't think it's a musical, it's a play. Right, there wasn't really any singing. I watched a play. My mom has an account on Broadway HD. I can put a link to BroadwayHD.com so you can check it out and get yourself a Broadway HD account if you really want to watch some Broadway musicals or Broadway plays. And there was one on there that they recently got and I was very excited about it, so I decided to watch it. And it's called Puffs. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but it was like an off-Broadway play based off of Harry Potter, but from the Hufflepuff's point of view. So we had Cedric Diggory in there, he was a big character, and we were following this group of 3 friends in the Hufflepuffs that are in the same year as Harry Potter, but they're the real heroes, and they're like, ugh, why does Harry Potter get all the glory? It was funny. I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. I recommend it if you are a Harry Potter fan. If you are not, you might not understand some of the references, or you might not enjoy it if you didn't enjoy Harry Potter, but that's your concern. I don't think I'm gonna do a star rating for this. I enjoyed it a lot, so I'm really glad I watched it. Now we're gonna show you my bullet journal, so cut to the clip of me showing you September and October in my bullet journal. It's quite a long one, so strap in. Alright guys, so here we are starting with September on my bullet journal, and the theme, as you can tell, is hot air balloons. So I have a bunch of hot air balloons, and I have a quote here about traveling. Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. Said by T.S. Eliot. And then, as usual, we have the book wrap up. So we have the books that I wanted to read, the books that I wanted to buy, other books I read, other books I bought. Again, we can ignore that. And then the books I read with their star rating. And then we do the same with the movies. So these are the movies I wanted to watch, the movies I wanted to buy, other movies I watched, other movies I bought, and then the movies I watched with their star rating. And then we have the notes on the books and the notes on the movies. And then here we have my TV shows, favorite things, favorite song. And then I kind of had like a blank empty page, so I didn't quite know what to do with. So I just filled it with some hot air balloons. And then at the bottom it says, "Together we will touch the sky." And then we have my habit tracker and my mood tracker. I will say this is probably one of my favorite mood trackers I have ever done. I really, really liked this one a lot. Habit tracker always looks very empty. I'm not very good at doing these things. And then I have my Europe packing list, making sure that I have everything I need to go to Europe. And then bottom, I just decided to put another quote because I had some extra space. And this is one of my favorite quotes. It's by John Green. I believe it's from his book Paper Towns. I can't quite remember. But it says, "I'm in love with cities I've never been to and people I've never met." Which is so true. And then we have favorite memories, which we have talked about in this video. So we've got Baja Sharkies, hanging out with my cousin, which I'm still waiting for some more pictures that I can put here. Also, I have a Band-Aid because I burned my finger pretty bad. So that's what that is. And then Joe's birthday. And now we're on to October, which the theme is pumpkins. And I have a bunch of these puffy pumpkin stickers, and I did not realize they were puffy when I bought them, and I'm kind of upset about that. Did not want them to be puffy. But the quote I have here about pumpkins: "There is magic in the night when pumpkins glow by moonlight." And then, of course, the books. Again, books I wanted to read, books I wanted to buy, other books I read, other books I bought, books I read with their star rating. And then same with the movies. Movies I wanted to watch, movies I wanted to buy, other movies I watched, other movies I bought, and then the movies I watched with their star rating. And then we have the notes on the books and the notes on the movies. It's pretty empty because I didn't do a lot. Empty page of notes. And the favorite things, favorite song, TV shows I watched. And this is probably like my favorite here. It says, "The great pumpkin will rise out of the pumpkin patch and give everyone a job." And then we have the habit tracker and the mood tracker where I just colored in the pumpkins. And then we ready? Because now it's time for, my European, now it's time for my European trip. So these are all the countries that I visited, their flags, and then this was like my trail that I did. Yeah, let's get going. So first stop was Venice, Italy. So this is kind of like the diary section, I guess, so try not to read it, but just look at the pictures. It's okay if you read it, I think. It's not anything too secretive. It's just, I feel like I still write like a middle schooler sometimes. But yeah. And then, so this is still all Venice, Italy. And then, now we're going into Verona, Italy, and into Austria. And this is actually my hotel key that I never returned when we were in Austria. Fun fact, I did not return that. And then now we're in Salzburg, Austria. So I just have a bunch of pictures here from that. Oh, and this is like one of my favorite signs. I saw a sign in Austria that says, it's translated, it says, "Donald Trump does not like to read. Please stay woke," which I just think was a great sign, and I thought that was funny that that was the European insult for Donald Trump, is that he does not like to read. I found that hysterical. Yeah, and then we were off to Munich, Germany. So I didn't take a lot of pictures in Germany, so it's more words than pictures. And then here we go. We're at Oktoberfest now. That's a little sneak peek for the vlogs. Yeah, and then we went to Sleeping Beauty's castle. That's what this is. And then we made our way into Liechtenstein, and then Lucerne, Switzerland, which is what this is. This is the Swiss Alps. It was absolutely gorgeous. Well, this was like a boat ticket, and I found it was cool because it was made out of cardboard. I don't know. I just thought it was cool to keep my boat ticket. This is me getting my passport back when I lost it. It's really, really fun. Yeah. And then the last day was pretty much just flights, and I love that we flew over the butt of Lewis, and I really want to move there, so I can just say I live in the butt of Lewis. I don't know, I found that funny. So yeah, so here are the memories that I talked about in this video. Evan Hansen, all that stuff. And that is it for my bullet journal. Then you'll get to see November in November's wrap up. And now it is time for the end of this video where we talk about favorite song. My favorite songs for September and October are interesting, I guess. Like, they're not my favorites of life, but they were just the songs that I couldn't stop listening to when I was in these months. So anyway, for September, it is What If by Chanel from Cheetah Girls 3, which is not a good movie at all. I've watched it once and I will never watch it again. But I really love this song, and this song just started randomly playing on my iPod one day, and I was like, oh my god, this song, I forgot about it, and I just listened to it all month long. Every time I was in the car, this song was on repeat, and I was just like busting out singing. I love, love, love this song. So then for my favorite song for October, I'm gonna choose two. The first one I'm gonna tell you about, it's only because it was a really great song to sing at Oktoberfest, and so I just kind of liked singing it randomly from time to time. That's Ein Prost, or Eine Prost, Eine Prost. They played that song like every 10 minutes at Oktoberfest, and once that song was done playing, you had to chug your beer. Things got very drunk and blurry real quick, because those beers are big and they were hard to chug. Eine Prost is gonna be a song, but then I think the main song that I am choosing for this month is a song that, why can I not remember the name of it? But it kind of became the theme song of the trip with our whole group, because we just randomly on one of our bus rides to the next country, someone was just playing the song and we all just started singing it on the bus, and it just became our theme song and our anthem for this trip. And, oh, let me look up the title of the song because I can't remember what it's called. Oh, okay. It's called Take Me Home, Country Roads, and it's by John Denver. I did not know that this song was by John Denver. So that is pretty much it. I don't know really what else to say, but it's a classic song, and I'm hoping you're enjoying listening to it underneath my voice. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed catching up with me, seeing how my life has been and why I haven't been posting videos, which I'm very sorry. But hopefully we can get back on track now. But yeah, so also go and check out my book and movie wrap-ups for the months of September and October as well. And yes, I will hopefully also see you with more vlogs from my trip too, so I will put links to part 1 and part 2 down below. And that is it for this video. Alright, bye guys!